Hello, dear friend. Welcome back to English Talks with Avie. Relax, listen, and improve your English.
Hello, I am Emma.
And I am Daniel.
Daniel, I was cleaning an old desk drawer this morning, and I found an old university essay from about 7 years ago.
Was it an essay for a history class?
No, it was about classic literature, and it had a lot of dust on it. But at the very top of the page, there was a small note written in red ink.
Oh, let me guess. Was it a bad grade, Emma? Did you make a lot of grammar mistakes?
No, actually, the grade was quite good. But it was the sentence next to the grade that made me stop and sit down on the floor. I looked at that handwriting for a long time, and I felt this sudden warmth in my chest.
A simple piece of paper can bring back so many feelings, can't it?
It really can. It made me realize how a single moment in our past can shape who we are today.
It is truly incredible how that works. We meet thousands of people in our lives, but usually there are only one or two people who leave a permanent mark on our hearts. They're the ones who see something special in us.
Exactly. They see our potential before we can see it ourselves. And that is what I want to talk about today. The power of being seen by the right person at the right time.
This is a very warm and beautiful topic, Emma. I'm already thinking about someone from my past who changed everything for me. But please, tell me about your university essay first. Who wrote that note?
Well, it was written by a woman named Professor Clark. She was my advanced literature teacher during my second year at university.
What was she like? Was she nice?
She was a very quiet and elegant woman. She had gray hair and kind eyes, but she was also very strict.
Oh, those strict teachers are always a bit scary. Did she give many compliments?
No, she never gave compliments easily. If your work was average, she told you it was average. So everyone in the class was a bit afraid of her.
So a compliment from her was like winning a gold medal because you knew she'd truly meant it.
Exactly. And at that time, I was feeling very lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I liked writing, but I didn't think I was good at it. I felt like an ordinary student who was just invisible in a giant crowd.
A lot of university students feel the same, I think. Did something happen after class?
Yes. One rainy afternoon, I went to her office to pick up my essay. She handed me the paper and she looked directly into my eyes. Her face was very calm. She just pointed to the top of the page and said, "Emma, you have a natural way with words."
Have a natural way with words. Wow. Those are very powerful words.
She didn't make a big speech. She just said those words very quietly as she gathered her books to leave the room. But they changed the entire direction of my life.
How did you feel when you walked out of her office into the rain?
The world looked completely different. Before that moment, I thought my writing was just a hobby. But Professor Clark was an expert, a respected scholar. If she believed in me, then maybe, just maybe, I could believe in myself too.
She gave you the permission to dream, didn't she?
She really did. She made me feel important and capable. Whenever I felt like quitting or whenever I received a rejection letter later in life, I always thought about her handwriting. I thought, Professor Clark believes I can do this, so I must keep going.
It is amazing how much weight a small comment can carry when it comes from the right person. Kindness doesn't need to be loud to change a life. A tiny spark can start a huge fire if it lands at the right moment.
It truly can. But what about you, Daniel? Who is the person who saw something special in you?
For me, it happened during my very first job at a digital marketing company. I was 22 years old, and I was just a junior assistant. My job was very simple and quite boring, honestly. I mostly made spreadsheets, organized files, and bought coffee for the senior managers.
The classic job of a beginner. Did you feel confident in the office?
Not at all. I had zero confidence. Because I was the youngest person in the entire office. I always felt like a little kid who was wearing a big adult suit.
First jobs are always so scary. Was your manager supportive?
Yes, my manager was a man named David. He was a very energetic person, always moving fast, but he was also incredibly supportive. He never treated me like just an assistant. He always asked for my opinion during team meetings, which was very rare for a boss to do.
He sounded like a very trustworthy leader. Did something happen next?
Yes, it did. About 4 months after I started, our company won a big contract with a major shoe brand. It was the biggest project of the year, but suddenly, the main project leader became very sick, and he had to take a leave of absence for a month. Everyone in the office was panicking because the deadline was very tight.
Oh no, that sounds like a major crisis. What did David do?
Well, we had a big emergency meeting. I sat in the corner of the room, trying to look invisible. David looked around the table, and then his eyes stopped on me. He said, "Daniel, I want you to lead the presentation for the client next week."
You? But you were just a junior assistant who made spreadsheets. You must have been terrified.
I sure was. My heart stopped beating for a second. My hands started sweating immediately. I stood up and said, "David, I cannot do that. I'm not ready. I don't have enough experience."
What did he do? Did he change his mind?
No, David just smiled. He walked over and put his hand on my shoulder. He looked very serious and said, "Daniel, I have watched you work for 4 months. You understand this client better than anyone else here. I know you are ready. I trust you."
Wow, he gave you real responsibility before you even felt ready for it yourself. Were you able to prepare?
It was a massive gift, Emma. His words gave me the strength to try. I spent the next 7 days working day and night on that presentation. I was so nervous that I could barely sleep. But every time I felt afraid, I remembered David's words. "I know you are ready. I trust you." His belief in me became the shield against my own self-doubt.
Wow. And how did the presentation go in the end? Did the client like it?
It was a success. The client loved our ideas, and they signed the contract that very afternoon. When we walked out of the meeting room, David hugged me and said, "See? I told you so."
That gives me goosebumps. That moment sped up your career, didn't it?
Completely. Because of David's trust, I stopped viewing myself as an inexperienced assistant. I started viewing myself as a professional. He saw my strength before I even knew it existed.
It matches our key message perfectly. One person who believes in you at the right moment can change everything you believe about yourself. David didn't just help you with a presentation, he changed your internal identity.
He really did. And his trust was a choice. He took a big risk by choosing a junior employee for such a major project. If I failed, it would look very bad for him too.
But he was willing to share his own strength with you so that you could grow. That is true generosity, using your own power to lift someone up.
Exactly. And the beautiful thing about these stories is that Professor Clark and David probably don't even realize how much they changed us. To them, it was just like a normal Tuesday afternoon. They were just doing their jobs.
Yes, they didn't plan to be heroes. They just chose to speak words of encouragement instead of words of criticism. It makes me think about how we interact with people every day.
We never know how much our small words can mean to someone who is having a hard time or doubting their worth.
A simple sentence like, "You did a great job today," might seem very small to us, but to a person who feels invisible, those words can be a life jacket in a stormy sea. They can be the exact thing that keeps them from giving up.
Definitely. This applies so perfectly to our listener friends who are learning English right now. Many times, students feel like they are not making progress.
That is true. They feel like their English is not good enough, and they start to lose hope.
But if you have just one person, a friend or a teacher, who tells you, "Hey, I can understand you clearly. You're doing great," that small compliment can give you the energy to study for another month.
Oh, absolutely. I remember a student who once told me that she was ready to quit her English class completely because she failed a speaking test. She felt so embarrassed and defeated.
That is a terrible feeling. Did someone speak to her?
Yes, her classmate sat down next to her, bought her a cup of tea, and said, "Don't worry about the grade. I love talking to you. Your stories are always so interesting."
Wow, that is such a nice thing to say. Did it help her?
Yes, that comment changed her mindset. She stayed in the class, and now she speaks English with so much confidence.
That is amazing. A cup of tea and a kind phrase can save a dream. We really need to remember the power we hold in our mouths. Words can build walls, or they can build bridges to a completely new life.
They really can. Now I feel so much gratitude when I look back at my university years. I wish I could go back in time and tell Professor Clark, "Thank you for looking past the crowded classroom and seeing me."
I feel the same way about David. I actually sent him a short email a few months ago just to say thank you and tell him about our podcast channel.
Oh, really? Did he write back to you?
He replied within a day. He said he was so proud of me and that he always knew I would do great things. Even after all these years, his words still give me a boost of confidence.
Oh, that is so beautiful, Daniel. It shows that the connection of gratitude never really dies. It stays alive in our memories, waiting to inspire us again and again.
Yes, it is just like a permanent light in our hearts. And I hope our conversation today makes our listeners pause and think about their own special person.
The person who saw them, who trusted them, or who gave them a chance when they needed it most.
None of us achieve success completely alone. We are all built out of the love and trust that other people have invested in us.
As we begin to finish our talk today, I want to bring this warm feeling to our listener friend who is sharing this space with us.
If you are feeling unsure of yourself today, or if you feel like you don't have any special talents, please take a deep breath and relax your shoulders. It is going to be okay. Your story is not finished yet.
Sometimes the world is just waiting for the right moment to show you your strength. And until that right person appears to see you, please try to be that person for yourself. Believe in yourself and your own abilities.
We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for spending this time with us today.
If our stories reminded you of someone special in your life, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. You can also share this episode with the person who believed in you as a small way to say thank you for everything.
And we would absolutely love to read your stories too. Who is the person who believed in you when you were ready to give up? Was it a teacher like Professor Clark or a boss like David?
Please leave a comment below and share your memories. Your comments always bring so much joy to our day.
Remember to be gentle with your heart.
And remember that growth is always possible. Today was worth something.
Well, Emma, I think I'm going to put that email from David into a special folder on my computer so I can read it whenever I have a stressful day.
That is a wonderful idea, Daniel, and I am going to put my old university essay back into my notebook right at the very front page.
To remind yourself of your talent?
Yes, to remind myself of my natural way with words.
It is a good reminder. You truly are a wonderful storyteller, Emma.
Thank you, Daniel. That means a lot to me.
This is Emma.
And this is Daniel. See you in the next video.
Never forget the people who saw your light in the dark.
Goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. Subscribe for more English Talks with Avie. You can explore more videos here. Thanks.